Before there was Earth, there was only chaos. Around 4.6 billion years ago, a massive star exploded somewhere in our galaxy. The remnants of that explosion, dust, gas, and stardust, began to swirl and collide under gravity's pull. From that chaos, our sun was born, surrounded by a spinning disk of debris. And from that debris, tiny particles began to stick together, growing into rocks, then mountains, then worlds. One of those newborn worlds was Earth. In those first moments, Earth was not blue. It was black and glowing red, a molten sphere of fire and metal. The air was poison, the sky was filled with ash, and meteors rained down constantly. It was a world in constant destruction, yet from that destruction, life's first foundation was being forged. The young Earth was a planet from nightmares. Its surface was covered in lava oceans that stretched thousands of kilometers wide. Volcanoes erupted endlessly, releasing carbon dioxide, methane, and steam into the atmosphere. The temperature reached over 2,000 degrees Celsius. The sky glowed orange from molten clouds, and lightning crackled over fiery plains. But slowly, gravity and chemistry began their dance. Heavy elements like iron and nickel sank to the planet's center, creating a molten core. Lighter materials rose upward, forming the first crust. Beneath this chaos, a miracle was preparing to unfold, the creation of the conditions that would one day make life possible. Then came a collision that changed Earth forever. A Mars-sized planet known as Theia slammed into Earth at unimaginable speed. The impact was so massive, it nearly destroyed both worlds. Molten rock shot into space, forming a ring of debris around Earth. From that glowing ring, the moon was born. That single event reshaped everything. The moon stabilized Earth's rotation, controlled its tides, and gave our planet a steady rhythm, day and night, seasons, and the balance needed for life to someday begin. As millions of years passed, the surface of Earth began to cool. The volcanic steam that filled the atmosphere condensed into clouds, and for the first time in history it rained. And it didn't stop raining for millions of years. The endless storms filled the planet's basins, creating the first oceans. Now, water covered most of Earth's surface. Lightning flashed across the skies, striking those early oceans again and again. In that electric soup of elements, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, something extraordinary happened. The first molecules of life began to form. Deep in the dark oceans, near hydrothermal vents, the first simple cells came to life. They were microscopic, tiny bubbles of chemistry capable of self-replication. No eyes, no movement, no thought, yet they were alive. These ancient microbes fed on heat and chemicals slowly spreading across the planet. For billions of years, they were the only life on Earth. But they were far from simple. They evolved, adapted, and transformed. Some learned to capture sunlight. Photosynthesis. This new power began releasing oxygen into the atmosphere. The air changed forever, and so did the world. Oxygen, while essential for us, was poison to early life. As it built up, countless species went extinct. But the survivors adapted, and the stage was set for complex life. Then the planet froze. Volcanic activity slowed, carbon dioxide levels dropped, and temperatures plummeted. Ice spread from the poles to the equator. Earth became a frozen marble, the snowball Earth. Yet beneath the ice, life endured. Over millions of years, volcanoes released more greenhouse gases, warming the planet again. When the ice melted, nutrients flooded the oceans. Life exploded like never before. About 540 million years ago, something miraculous happened. The Cambrian explosion. Life diversified at an incredible rate. Creatures with shells, spines, eyes, and legs appeared. Oceans filled with trilobites, worms, and early fish. For the first time, predators and prey existed. This was evolution's golden age, the blueprint for all complex life that followed. Coral reefs appeared, ecosystems formed, and Earth transformed from a silent world into one filled with movement and competition. Eventually, life moved on to land. Plants appeared first, transforming barren rock into green landscapes. Then insects followed. Amphibians crawled out of the water, taking their first breaths of air. Forests grew, and oxygen levels soared. Gigantic dragonflies and massive trees covered the land. This was the Carboniferous period when Earth looked alien yet beautiful. But with every rise comes a fall. Mass extinctions were part of Earth's cycle. After millions of years of recovery, new creatures emerged. The dinosaurs, for 160 million years, they ruled the planet. They dominated every continent, every ocean, and every sky. Massive herbivores grazed beneath towering trees, while predators like Tyrannosaurus rex roamed the plains. Then, around 66 million years ago, everything changed. A massive asteroid struck the Yucatan Peninsula. The explosion released the power of billions of atomic bombs. Dust and ash filled the atmosphere, blocking sunlight. The world grew dark, cold, and silent. 3/4 of all life vanished, including the dinosaurs. In the quiet that followed, tiny mammals emerged. No longer hiding from dinosaurs, they evolved quickly, growing larger, smarter, and more adaptable. Some climbed trees, others ran across plains, and eventually one began to think. Humans appeared only a few 100,000 years ago, the last chapter in Earth's long story. In a blink of cosmic time, we built cities, technology, and space travel. We looked up at the stars, wondering where we came from. And the answer was right beneath our feet. But every story has an end. In around 5 billion years, the sun will begin to die. It will expand into a red giant, swallowing Mercury and Venus and maybe even Earth. Our oceans will boil, our atmosphere will vanish, and our planet will become a lifeless rock once again. Yet even in death, Earth will leave behind stardust, the same dust that one day might form new worlds, new suns, and new life. For 4.54 billion years, Earth has survived destruction, rebirth, and endless change. From molten fire to icy wasteland, from microbes to humans, it has never stopped evolving, and that's the greatest truth of all. We are part of Earth's story. Every breath we take, every grain of sand, every star in the night sky, it all connects back to that first spark 4.54 billion years ago. This is not just Earth's history, it's our own. Born from stars, forged in chaos, destined for infinity.